Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. So today I want to put together a gift basket. This is going to be for my granddaughter who is due anytime soon. I am counting down the days. I'm very excited about that. You know, we have some other things going on in our life that I've been having to take care of. So this is a wonderful, happy news. I also have some good news about my mom. She is doing really very well, and she's now getting up and they're helping her walk around, and she's doing good. She's doing her physical therapy, and I'm very happy that she's comfortable where she's at, and that she's just enjoying her time there, and that makes it all less stressful, thinking that she would be somewhere maybe that she doesn't want to be, but she's very happy. So in case you're wondering, that's just a little update on her. So anyway, let's get to the basket that I want to put together. All right, so I've got my basket here that I've chosen. Did I find this somewhere or did I order it? I don't remember, you guys. Oh, I think I found it in Burlington now that I think about it. Yeah, it's a nice size little basket, but I do have a lot of gifts and not everything is going to fit in here. So I do have some gift bags so that I can put everything that obviously doesn't fit in here. Mainly the little blankets that I've purchased and a quilt that I put together. I bought bags just for that, but I also have some gifts, clothing, items like that I wrapped up individually in tissue paper. So this is what they look like, little wrapped up things like this. A little smaller packaging, as you can see here, and then I've got another one here, and they're just simply, you know, items. I took off all the tags off of everything that was on the hangers, took it off. Any little plastic things, you know, from the tags, I made sure they were all off. So everything is ready to go. My daughter-in-law can just take the items and, you know, put them in the washer with the detergent that she chooses. So there you go, you guys. These are ready. I know she's going to use everything, so I'm not worried about, you know, anything getting, you know, me returning anything, because it's going to be used. It's all like maybe like onesies and things like that. And there's some things that are maybe a little dressier little item, but I didn't do too much of that because, you know, the fact is that we don't really dress up our babies too much. We just want them to be comfortable and cute in their little onesies, and that's all that matters. So I got some tissue paper to wrap those up. This is like a pearlescent tissue paper. Of course, the tissue paper is this size. That's how small these tissue papers came out to be. And that's okay, because it was enough to, you know, to wrap up what I wanted to wrap up with them. And I used a yarn, which is this one right here. This is like a crochet, or I guess you could use it for knitting, yarn that I used to tie around them. Very simple. It's not even knotted. It's just a simple little bow. You can just pull the string and pop it open. Not a lot of tissue paper I'll be opening up. It's just a small little piece. And there she can see the item. Super simple. Her and my son can unwrap those as they go along. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this basket, and this idea, of course, is not my original idea. I've seen it on Pinterest. I've seen some videos. I think I watched one of them. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so I'm going to put this together, and I've got some dowel rods here that I want to use in my project. These dowel rods are going to go on the sides here of the basket, and I have an idea of how to attach them, but we'll see if it works out. But I do need to snip them. They're too tall, and I have a measurement like about this much, because I am going to put another dowel stick across, and I want to hang a few little outfits that I put on little hangers that I purchased. They're not on the hangers that they're from the factory. I actually purchased a separate set of hangers, little velvety, little small hangers like this. Okay, I think I dropped something. Yes, I did. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Anyway, I have to cut everything to size. I wanted to do this, my husband helping me cut them, but he's not around, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my giant wire cutters to snip these. Guys, I'm not even going to paint them. I'm going to leave them in their natural state. Did I mention that I bought this at Burlington? I don't know. Well, anyway, that's where I got it. So you guys, I only paid $10 for it. I thought that was a good buy. Okay, so I'll show you what I have and what I'm going to put together as I go along. My first concern is putting this in here, and I had already marked these, the height that I wanted them. And I'm thinking, oh, is that too tall? No, let's go ahead and do that. Let's move this out of the way. I know you can't really see what I'm doing down here. I'm on my kitchen island because I move things in my craft room and I'm not quite done, and there's things all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to snip this one. Yay! And then what I can do is just take this and just kind of press it down and I've got fabric here. You know, I put fabric down because I didn't want any of my, even though my island is clean, I just wipe it and everything. I didn't want maybe some little drop of anything from, well, the cleaner. Oh, you guys, I want to tell you about the cleaner that I got. For the, you know, the all-purpose cleaner. Just want to mention it real quick, but let me go ahead and snap this one, and then I'll see the other piece, because I was looking at it and it looks like it's a little too long maybe, but we'll see. So anyway, you're going to cut 2 of these dowel sticks, and these are, I think they're 1/8, or no, sorry, 3/8 inch wide. The dimension on them, by the way, 3/8 inch diameter. They're 36 inch long, so you can cut them whatever size you want. And it's working out really good using this this cutter. So I have the other one, but let me show you something real quick. Okay, so I got this Mrs. Meyer's, and it is a apple cider scent. I got this at Target, and I found this where they have like the seasonal items. It wasn't where the cleaners are. We were where the cleaners are, and I wanted to get something because I was like something not only that cleans, but that smells nice. And they had these, and they had the scents. I think there was 3 of them. This apple cider, I think one of them was called Acorn Spice, and I was about to grab that one. And then there was another, was Burberry, and that smells so delicious, very berry-like, and I love those type of scents. But I wanted something a little more autumny, fallish. So the Acorn Spice was the one that I was initially going to grab, but then I took another little, you know, sniff of this apple cider, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go with this because it has that fall, but it also has that fruit, you know, fresh scents that I like. So I'm just going to recommend this. It's really good. It cost me like $4.89, something like that. It was pricey. It's a small 16-ounce spray, but you know, it's for the holidays, and I really love it. I sprayed it a while ago on my counters here and on here, and I can still smell it, and that's what I like. I like things that have a lingering scent, you know, that smell clean, or that you walk in and it just smells delicious. But that's my little talk on that. Okay, so now I have the other rod that's going to go across. I just need one of these for the height, and I had measured it already right here, and that goes a little too far over, so I'm going to go, because this other measurement is too small, so I needed to overlap the stick a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I went too wide. Yeah, so let's do a little bit less. Like that. I'm trying to hold these other ones where I think they're going to get tied. Yeah, I'm going to go about 1 inch less than what I had marked on here. I think it's a little too much. All right, let me move this out of the way. And I'm leaving them natural. I don't know if I mentioned that. I had to redo this whole segment of the video, so I don't remember what I said in the first part, and then I'm redoing this because the doorbell and all kinds of dogs barking and everything, so I just redo it. Okay. I can't redo if I've already done something, and I can't undo it to redo it, but because I hadn't got anything done, that I redid it. Excuse me while I drink some water. Okay, so let me go ahead and put the 2 bigger sticks, and I've got wires, and I've got my hot glue gun, which I haven't even plugged in. I've got some flowers that I want to decorate on the pole. Let's put that over to the side. Scissors. And I do have some little tie-back thingies here. What are these called? Let's see. Cable ties. That's what they're called. I don't want to call them tie-backs. What do you call them? Little cable ties. Call them cable ties? Okay. And I get some wire. And I'll go ahead and plug in my glue gun. I don't think I'm going to use my glue gun, but I'll go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so I made this too some time ago. I didn't think I was actually going to use it, you guys, and I actually use it. Someone said, oh, I'm just wondering how long it's going to take before you push that aside and don't use it, because that's the truth. I even mentioned it in my video when I was making this. I just end up throwing my glue gun off to the side because I have like a little silicone pad that I can just throw it on. But I actually do that. All right, so let me plug it in, get it going, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to put everything back on my little roll-out table so that I don't have too many things up here. All right, let's get our basket. And I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put it back in there, but I'm obviously not going to be able to, put it over the sides here because the sticks are going to be here, but you know, we'll just put it over on these sides. That'll be fine. So I want to decide where these sticks are going to go. Put the cut end down. And I made sure that in my basket I was able to, you know, put wire or my fingers or something through it. If you get something solid, you're obviously not going to be able to do this project. You need a basket that has where you can put wire through, or, you know, these cable ties. And I'm looking at these cable ties and they're kind of small, so I do have some longer ones. I'm going to go ahead and grab those instead. Okay, so I've got some longer ones here. They're really long. I got these for a specific reason and I don't know now why. But I'm going to use these, and I think I'm going to use 2 and 2, one on the very bottom and one up here. And yeah, you'll be able to see the black cable tie on the other side, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. If for some reason when you're doing this, maybe you want to get yourself the white ones or the kind of clearish looking ones. All right, let's put the first stick in there, and I'm just going to pass this through like that, and then bring it out and then back in so it pops out this way, so I tie it on the inside so I don't have that little tie thing on the outer part. Okay, let me go kind of wide. So I'm going to go like 2 rows of this out here. Is that going to be okay though? It's not going to make it more, yeah, okay. Actually, I'm going to align it with this. There's one that's kind of centered. I'm going to use that. A little, one of these here. So I'm going around one of these things on the side over here. All right, let's get that in there. Like that. We don't have to worry about this moving around because when it's not tight yet, okay? So just get that in there. And then I can tighten it, and then I'll do another one a little higher. And of course I'll trim the excess, which is a lot, but that's okay. I just these other ones are, the other ones that I have are too small to go around. They might, but I don't want them to come apart, so. And then this is going to be sitting in the back of the truck for the trip. It's going to be a long trip. There we go. That's good. Look at that. And forgive me about the sounds. I have my fan on, you guys. I'm super hot. Do I have my light on? Yes, I do. My other light here in the kitchen on the corner here went out, so I don't have extra light. And you know what? I think one of the lights in my chandelier, well, you know, my hanging light over there is not a chandelier, but you know, it's hanging over my table. One of the bulbs went out. So that's also kind of causing a situation. Okay, I've trimmed it. That's nice and snug. I'm going to go ahead and repeat on this other side, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to, you know, tie this. I've got some wires, but I also want to hide them with this cotton thread. I want to hide the wires with it. I might use these little small cable ties to help me adjust them. So let me go ahead and put this one on, and then we'll be back to do the one across. All right, so I've got the 2 sticks now attached on there. I want to put this liner back in there because I want to make sure that this is going to work out. I mean, I don't have to have a liner in there. I can just fold it up and put it in there. She can put it back on when she removes the sticks, or my son might do it. Okay, so yeah, that's going to work. Make it look as nice as I can here on the edges. Yeah. See? And you can't see that on the sides, but it's okay. I think they're going to be too much, you know, looking at everything else, that they're not going to pay attention to that. Okay, I'm going to get one of the little outfits that's on a hanger so I can see where it's going to be going. I know that I had already done this when I was deciding the height of these sticks, but I'm just going to grab one right now real quick. Okay, so they all hang about the same length, so I'll just use one of these. If you want to see what I actually purchased, I did make a video. I actually made 2 of them. I just tossed things over to the side and they're falling apart. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, anyway, I did make a video of what I actually purchased, so I'll go ahead and link them at the bottom here. So let's see. That'll be okay if it hangs in a little bit into the basket. Obviously, I can't hang it too high. So I'm going to go about right here. Leave about a ½ inch up at the very top. And that'll be hanging like that. That'll be okay. All right. I do want to include the hangers that I bought. I've got more. It's not just these. I'm going to include these in the basket. I'm going to place them at the bottom. Some like this, some like that. I'll grab the rest of them in a minute before I start putting stuff in here. But first I need to tie this on. So let's, you know what, I need to move the camera a little bit. Okay, I think that's okay. You can see that. All right. Let's get some cable ties, a couple of these. Oops. All right, let me go ahead and use one from the corner to the outer corner on the top. Put that in there. And we'll do the other side. Oh, this works pretty good. The little cable ties. I think what I'm going to do, let me bring this down though, so I can trim it down here. I think I'm going to put now another one going the opposite way. So maybe I don't need wires. Just these ties. Yes. Okay, let me get another one on the other side. And I mentioned, I think, that I'm not painting the sticks, but you can go ahead and paint them. The basket has like a peachy tone to it, and it kind of coordinates a little bit with the wood tone that's on these dowels, so I'm pretty fine with that. And plus, they don't have any stains or anything weird looking on them. And if they did, not stains, but maybe like little knots, you know, they're natural on wood or the grain showing. That might make it look even more special. But if you want to stain yours or use paint, do so. Okay, now I'm just going to trim off the ends, but I don't want to trim it too close because I don't want them falling apart. Okay, so now I'm going to use that thread that I have, the little yarn right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wrap this around as many times as I need, and then the other way, and then I can trim it off. I try to cover as much of these cable ties. What I'm going to do, and I have my glue gun so far away, let's get it closer. I'm going to put the end of the yarn here and glue that down so that it stays in place. Okay, so now I'll just continue. I was going this way. Now it might be easier to cut the, let me see, don't have the yarn coming out so far out, so long. Or just cut yourself a long piece. This covers it up a little bit. Let me go around the other way. Now I do plan on putting a little garland of flowers, some ribbon, so I feel like that'll hide even more. So that's working. Okay, let's go the other way again now. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like close up. Let that fall. I can't tell. Is it covering on the front? Yeah, it's covering it pretty okay. I can see a little bit of the cable tie because I did leave that little bit a little too long. Maybe I'll trim just a little more. Not too much, you guys. Okay. I think that'll be good, and then I can just, when I put the flower garland on here, just make sure some leaf or some flower lands right over that, and then just maybe add a little bit of hot glue. My dog just picked up one of the end pieces of one of the dowel sticks where I cut. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna get mad at her for grabbing a piece of dowel that I probably won't use. Well, I might. I could use it. All right, I'm gonna cut it right here, and then I'll do the same thing to the other side. And of course, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to get that end. I don't want to put too much hot glue because, like I said, if my son or my daughter don't want to take this apart, I don't want them, struggling, to take everything apart. I mean, you could take these bottom ones apart and just take this and just dump it, but if, they want to take these, it'll be easy to do. So I don't want to put too much glue, too much anything on there. That is holding it really well. If you don't want to use your cable ties, then use some wire. I had some wire here to do the same thing. Just wrap it around, twist the ends together, and just make sure everything's secure. And then if you want, you can cover with some yarn or cover it with a ribbon even if you want. But if you like the look, or even some little rope, some hemp string, or what is the other word for it? Some little, just some little rope, little thin rope that you want to wrap it up with and tie that real nice and tight, not even bother with wires and cable ties. That should work. Okay, I'm going to finish doing this side. I don't know if I want to do any more coverage. I think I'm okay with that. And then I'll be back with a simple next step. All right, so I've managed to wrap these up. I'm happy with the way it looks. So now I've got this garland here. I'm gonna put this on here, and I want to start kind of at the bottom here, work my way across, and then whatever's left on one other side is fine. It doesn't have to be equal or even. And I got this garland. It's a floral garland from, I got it in Hobby Lobby, and it was $8.99, so I thought that was a really good deal. I don't know if you can see that. Just some small little roses. Now when I got it, they weren't on sale. So if it was on sale, it would have been even better. But that's okay. I just needed to get something. All right, let's start on this end. And I want it to be about so long. And I just realized there's still another tag on here that I have to take off. I guess in case it comes off the other, it still has another one here with a price on it. Okay. I'm going to trim this because I don't need this extra piece of, it's a garland, so it has this extra little bit here where you can, tie it onto something, and then of course your garland. But I don't need that because I'm going to use bits of wire here. I thought I'd use chenille stems, but I'm thinking maybe I should use the yarn. Let's see. Instead of using wires that are, sharp and pokey. Let's see. Okay, so I want to get this wrapped around here, and so then I can see where I need to grab it at. Right here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let me grab a piece of yarn and just tie it around, just do a little knot where they can just grab some scissors and easily cut that off if she wants to use these flowers. And then just trim off the strings like that. Oh, yes. And then one more down here. And then I'll attach that also. And I'm just using the yarn. Let's just make it easy on ourselves. If you want to use those chenille stems, those are great too because they could untwist those very easily. Of course, wire you could do the same, but it just seems like a little bit harder to untwist wire than it would be a chenille stem. And then, little sharp ends, they could poke themselves. And you got to think about those things when it's a gift. When it's something for yourself, that you're doing at home, then you know what you put in there. But if somebody gets it as a gift, they don't know how it's put together. They might not have an idea. And even if they're poking around, they're like, oh no, how do I take this wire off? They could poke themselves while looking. So we don't want that to happen. Put this across. See, this is going to be even longer than I need it. So I might just have to trim a little bit because I was thinking I only wanted it to go, I wanted to go all the way down here, but on the other side I just wanted to go a little length. So I don't know if I want it all the way down. Okay, so I don't need to attach it here with any type of string or anything because it's holding pretty good. So I'm just going to do it over here like I did, and then another one at the bottom once I get it where I want it. Okay. And it's covering up those little corners really well, so I don't know what I was doing. I was going to cut a long piece of yarn. So how have y'all been doing? I want to thank everybody that's still watching my channel. I know that I don't get as many views as I used to. Not that I used to get so many of them, but my channel was lacking some videos and some attention. So I understand people get, they get their attention taken to somewhere else, and that's fine. So I do appreciate those of you who have stood by, and everyone who's new coming to my channel. I think my videos are also lacking in some form in the production of them, the way that I used to make them, because I don't have the room that I used to have. Okay, I'm making just a bunch of excuses. Let's just go ahead and just finish this. Let's see. This one's not tied around so tight, so let's not do that. Okay, I'm going to cut just under this little rosebud here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to tie it above the rosebud, so that kind of gives it a little bit of an anchor here to hold on to that position that it's at, and not kind of like get pulled upward. All right, just a simple knot, double knot. 1, 2. All right, and trim. All right. Okay, my camera stopped. It just stopped recording for whatever reason. I said I had one last little flower, so I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue it right up here in this little corner to hide that. I think this was pretty well hidden. It's got a little leaf there. I don't really have to hide it, but what the heck, right? And as you can see, I put some hot glue on the back of the flower here. As you can see, I was going to go short on one side, leave it long, and then short on the other, kind of give it a more natural look, like it's just growing from here, working its way around. But I ended up using the whole length because I just thought, well, what am I going to do with a little leftover piece of, they're cute little flowers. I could use them, but I have so much stuff, you guys. I don't want to store anything anymore. I'm actually getting rid of some things. So I just want to buy things as I need them now, rather than buying things and go, oh, I'm going to make this with that. Oh, I got to get that. Maybe someday I'll do something. And then I end up not doing it. It gets stored away, and then I forget. And then when I get an idea that's similar to use the same item, I forget that I already have it and I buy another one. So I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, just getting older, and it's just too many things. Too many things in storage, and then you just don't have the same energy to go lift things and bring them out. And when I was younger, I used to decorate for every little occasion. Now it's just getting harder for me to do that. Because I'm an RA, not only because I have to take care of my mom, because that's not a good excuse. It's not like she needs me every single moment of the day. Some days I just don't feel very well. Okay, so I have the rest of my hangers. Put them in here. There we go. Just put them at the bottom. Maybe some kind of on the side like that. Yeah, a little propped up on the side like that. And then when I put my little packages in there, I'll just be like really careful not to allow this to, they have a little ball here, so they're not sharp, but just to make sure this doesn't tear into the tissue. I'm just going to be very careful about putting things in there. And I don't know if I said, but I do have a lot of these little packaged items, and I don't think all of them are going to fit in here, so I do have gift bags. Okay, I'm going to start putting these in here. I'm going to put the bigger packages first, these longer, bigger ones. And I can put 2 going across like that, and then 1 like this. So that's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm just going to put these little gifties in there. As you can see, the basket is pretty cute just like that. I do want to put a bow on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put some items in there because I kind of want to give myself a little idea of what I can put in there. And then I'll just do the finishing touches. I do have some wooden letters to spell out my baby girl's name, my granddaughter's name. But I'm going to add those after the video is done, you guys. I'm not ready to share that yet. I'm letting my son and my daughter-in-law let their friends, family, I'm sure close people already know, or maybe they don't. I don't know, who knows. So just out of respect for them, I'm not gonna let everyone know what the name is yet. But I do have some wooden letters that I want, and they're in the natural color of this, so that I can hot glue them in the front. I want to do that, put her name here in the front. So that's the only thing that I'm going to put on here that you're not going to see. Everything else. Oh, and I did get these also, you guys. Look. I got these from the bridal section there at Hobby Lobby. It says his and hers, the brand. It was $2.99, $3, but these were half off. So I paid $1.50 for them. And I thought I'd put these in here, and I forgot about them, so I'll do that right now. So I'm just going to cut little bits like that. A little bit of hot glue. And I'll just tuck them here and there. Wait, I'll get the front. Like that. And then I can bend them a little bit so you can see the little fuzziness there. Look at that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add them ever so often here and there. And then I'll after I put some more items in here, I'll be back to do a bow to put on here. I feel like it's so dark behind me, but anyway, as long as you can see what I'm doing here, this is what matters. Okay, so I've put as many of these little packages on here. I've got a ton more here, and then I've got a few little items on the side here. I've got this bag over here that's got a couple more like pajama type outfits, or those thicker ones, or the baby wraps that are a little bit thicker fabrics, and some little blankets that I just realized I haven't taken those off the hangers. And then I still got the quilt that I made. So I do have some gift bags right here. I'm gonna put the quilt that I made in this big bag because it needs a big bag. And then once I take the other little blankets off the little hangers and such, I can put them in one of these bags, and then whatever's left over of, you know, gifts and things, I'll put them in that bag. And if I have to go buy another one, I will. I also had the idea, and I've seen this also, where instead of putting a dowel, you put a little piece of rope or something across, and then use little clothespins to hang little baby clothes or across the front, and then hang maybe some little socks or something, you know, something small. I have a shadow on my face. Or hang something small. Is it important? Do you need to see my face? Anyway, let's go on. I'm going to make a bow. I have two ribbons here. I have this beautiful green ribbon. This ribbon, I purchased it when I did a gift basket for my niece. And I have so much of it left over. This is from Sam's. 50 yards. And I think I paid like $7 or $8 for it. Very good purchase. This one I purchased it from Hobby Lobby. It was $5 for 18 feet. I mean, if you're going to compare, you know, 18 feet is 6 yards, 50 yards, and a couple more bucks. Not even twice as much as this. And I've got, what, 6 into, like 10, almost 10 times as much here. All right. That's my math. Old school math. We can do it. All right. Anyway, let's get these two ribbons together because I want to make the bow together, and I want to have some of this, or maybe I can just add that afterwards so we don't have to worry too much. Okay, or I don't. I'm going to pinch. I want the pink one on the top, so I always make sure that that's on top. Pinch them together, twist them together, so the pink's always, or whatever color you want on top if you're going to use two ribbons at one time. And then again, want to make sure the same size loops. Pinch and twist. And I should have grabbed a chenille stand for this, but I didn't. So I'll just use a wire. All right, so I'm just going to do 4 loops of, you know, the two together. So all together, that's actually 8 loops of ribbon. And I'll leave this hanging like that. Let me get my wire. Actually, I could use a cable tie for this. And I'll just use some wire. And I left it a little long because that way I can use the ends to then tie it up here. Okay. And I always twist the bow because that makes the wire tighten towards the bow, because if you're just twisting the ends of the wire, you're going this way on the wire, and that we don't need that. We want this part of the wire to tighten around the ribbon. Okay, so now that I've got it nice and tight, I'm going to leave this still together. So let me put it down here. I'm going to mess up my little wrapped up items here. And then I'm just going to tie this around the dowel stick and the garland. And I'm going to leave a nice long end on this wire so they can see it, and then I'll just curl it you know, so they can see it on there and it'll be easy to undo. Okay, and we want a little bit of hanging out off of here. Okay, let's take this one across. I'm gonna wrap it around a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna cut right about here. Doesn't have to be even, okay? And then I'm just gonna try to keep them together. Don't have to be exactly together. But always make sure you get the pretty side up. And I'll tuck between these. And over around here, under the flower here, under this flower, and then just like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut these at a bit of an angle here. Okay, and then just to keep the ribbon from moving around too much, I am going to add a dab of hot glue right here. Ooh, that's too far. Well, that attaches one of the ribbons. It doesn't do the other one, so I'm going to put on top of this ribbon now a dot of glue to hold this other one. And then I'm just going to crunch the ends like that. You can separate them a little bit and just make sure the flowers are not getting too hidden. I'll look at it from the other side so that I can make sure that's how I want it. Yeah, okay. See the two ribbons. And now I'm going to fluff my bow by separating the loops. Just popping them open. And I'm pulling pink, green, green, pink, pink, green, kind of doing that. So I did pink and green here. And I'll do green, no, sorry, the other way. Because I did the pink to the left. So I'll do the green to the left and the pink to the right. And then you can just fluff it up. And this is probably going to get a little crushed on the trip, so I'll fix all of this once we've arrived. And I'm just going to get the ends and just do that, but I want to cut at an angle. Let me make sure the other one was already cut at an angle. There we go. I'll leave it like that. So there we go. And then I could cut another piece just for some little tails over here on this side. I've got webs from the glue gun. Let's cut a piece here. And then I'm going to grab these together, pinch, and then get a piece of wire. A chenille stem would be nicer because, like I said, the wire is a little sharp on the end, so chenille stem would be nice. I'm going to wrap it around tight and then twist, and then go ahead and tie the wire around the pole. And I was putting those little feathery things on here, but then I realized you can't really see them. So I just put a few of them on there. Twist it, not too much, just enough so it stays in place. And then I can just maneuver the bow, cover that up. Wrap it around. And then just trim the ends. And you can do the same thing over here. Add little dots of glue so that it stays in place. And I'll do that. There you go, guys. That's what it looks like so far. And then we can just hang our little items that are on hangers, and that will be it. So let me just move these items out of the way. Some of these wrapped gifts, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and now I'm just going to hang some of the clothing items. Oh, that looks so cute. And when I transport these, obviously I'm going to take them off of the hanger, or unhang them, I should say, or whatever the correct word is. Just I'm going to take them off of here, and then when I set it down, I'll just hang the little items back on here. Look how cute that looks, with all the little clothes hanging on there. It's so cute. So anyway, I do have some little socks, little pairs of socks here, and they all have these little plastic inserts to give them the shape. So I was thinking, and then I've got the little hair bands that match with those particular socks. So I was thinking of taking a piece of yarn. I don't know, let me see. Because I do want to put her name here, and I don't want to cover it. Or maybe I don't have to put her name on there at all. I was thinking of putting some yarn across like that with the clothespins, grabbing, well, I'll take the little plastic out of here and just hanging the little socks, you know, like that. These have these little bows on them to kind of direct them. And then just, you know, hanging the little pairs like that. And I'm thinking, well, in the process of taking these over, are these going to fall off? Are they going to fall off? So that would be another thing I have to consider, not having on here and then just putting, but I'm going to end up putting the whole gift together when I'm there. I mean, how much time is that going to take me to, okay, quickly put this on here, when I can just grab these, lay them down, and then just grab them and hang them back up, you know, and then while it's still in the truck, you know, hang it up, and then transport into the house like that, or wherever it is I'm taking, wherever it is we end up bringing this over to, it's going to be their house. So what about these? They look cute, right? They would look cute hanging off of here. A little clothesline. You guys, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to forego doing the name, and I'll just save those wooden letters for another project, a little gifty that I can make for her, and then just use this idea instead. So again, I'd have to lift this up. I'll do it on the side over here and tie this nicely, knot it. Oops, I didn't. Okay, and I'll just cut the one string end. Let's put that over it like that. Bring it across. These are my craft scissors, and I use them to cut everything, so they're not very sharp now. They're not for fabric and such. But I didn't want to grab them with my fabric ones because I thought, I don't want to accidentally use it to cut wire or something. Because, you know, you're just reaching over for things, you're not paying attention. That happens to me a lot lately. Okay, let's just have it overhang a little bit. Tighten that up. That'll be good. Oh, wait. I've already put the extra baby stuff in here. I've done the blankets in here. I just have my baby quilt that I have to put in a bag. It's no big deal. The one that I made. I'm grabbing them from just the inner, like I'm not grabbing both layers of the, you know, the socks. I'm just grabbing like from one side and one like that because it's so thick. I don't know if the little clothespin will. Yeah, it won't open to grab. Now I'll grab 3 layers. Maybe, I think I said now. I'm so tired. I just realized the time. Okay, how does that look? Well, that looks cute, right? Okay, I'll do the rest of them. There's 3 pairs, so it's not that much. I don't know why I thought there was 4. I can just get rid of these little plastic things. I don't know, could I use them for something? Ooh, I just thought of what I could use them for. I'm gonna save these because I could actually use them as some sort of a feet for something else. Just put them together like that. Oh, and then I wanted to hang this one here. This is a little musical one. I'm going to leave the little tag on it because she's playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I plan on hanging her off of here as well. So let's just do that. And then she could just stay on there. And then the rest of the little clothes, I'll hang it nicely. Try not to crush the flowers. Oop. All right, I'll be right back. I'll have all the little socks hanging off of there. I do have like little towels like that I thought I'd also put on the top just to kind of cover a little bit of that tissue, but that doesn't look bad. Maybe just a couple. I don't need all of this. And then I have an extra little, like a little extra toy. Maybe he'll go in there. We'll see. All right, everyone, so I've already finished. I put the little socks hanging here in the front. I think that looks super cute. And like I said, I'm going to save the little wooden letters that I had for her name and use them in another project. It would have been cute to put them on here, but this way my daughter-in-law can use this basket for whatever she wants, and she don't have to worry about maybe the little letters popping off of here. And then I put the little, one of these little rolled up bath towels that have a little hood. And I put another two back on the other side, so I can put this little toy here, and then some little little hand wash towels type of thing. And everything looks so cute. I love the little toy hanging off the front here. She looks so cute, and the bow's not hiding her. So all I'm going to do, you guys, is when this is ready to be transported, I'll just make sure everything's tucked in. I'll take everything off of the hangers, lay them flat on here. I'll leave the little doll hanging here, and then I can just kind of fold up the bow as well so that it doesn't get like ugly. And then I can just poof it up and then hang these items. And then if I want to pull these up a little bit, I can do that. And that's it. It'll be ready to be gifted to my son and daughter-in-law for my new granddaughter. And of course, I can't wait to see my grandson again. I am just super excited. I also got him something because I don't want to come empty-handed. Because, you know, grandmas, we got to bring something for the grandkids. So I got him something. I've also got a basket that I put together with my mom's gifts. I wrapped them up the same way, little tissue and everything. But her basket, I just wrapped some tulle around it and you know, tied it up and put a bow on it. There's nothing different that I think I've already shown you how I've done that before. And it came out really cute. But it's got the baby's name on it. Otherwise, I'd bring it out here. I don't want you to see it. So anyway, you guys, thank you all so very much for watching. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. And I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, what's going on in your lives. And just overall, what do you think of my project today? Do you think I did a good job? Does it meet up to the standards of what everyone else has been doing with this, basically the same idea? So just tell me. I don't care if you don't like it. It's fine. Just be kind. Be nice. Anyway, you guys, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching my video for the first time and you're enjoying it, I do have other videos with crafts. I do intend to get back into cooking, to give me a chance to, you know, adjust everything, see how things are going to go with my mom, and I'll take some time to do a little cooking video as well. I've been wanting to do that, you guys, but it just doesn't work out for me as far as the time is concerned. Also, when you've subscribed, hit that little red button to subscribe. Please hit notifications and choose all so that you get notified as soon as I upload a video. Once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for staying throughout the whole video and watching me put this together. And hope everyone has a beautiful week. And I'll get back to a little bit of fall videos, okay? But for now, this is it. Thank you again for watching. And as always, enjoy.